Okay, well, Apple, as we know, Cory, is stepping up its efforts to produce the Apple Watch, right? They're selling them all over the world. Earlier this month, company executives met with Mexican regulators ahead of the debut of the smartwatches. And this also comes, Cory, as Apple CEO Tim Cook is set to visit Brussels today and Tel Aviv on Wednesday, which raises the question, or you're raising the question, which is why is he traveling the world so much? Why is he, Cory?
Well, look, it's a different world for Apple, not just because it's the biggest company in the world in terms of market cap or enterprise value or cash hoard, and that's an important aspect of his world travels. But the release of the Apple Watch, which they have not said is going to go beyond the United States, but we're getting that suspicion because we know some of what happened in his globe trotting and what happened in Mexico. I mean, some of the issues that were discussed were revealed because the government was required to do so in those private meetings. And they said he was meeting with healthcare officials specifically to talk about developments in the world of healthcare, and it probably relates to the devices world like their Apple Watch. Similar meetings took place in the U.S., but also in Brussels is on the agenda, as is going to the tech hub of Israel. And, you know, for this company, when they want to sell this medical monitoring device, when issues of privacy have been raised, not just by Apple and the breach of the celebrity accounts at the Oscars and we saw some of that stuff from Apple. The regulators want to know what they're doing in terms of privacy, and the regulators want to know what this medical device will do, and should it be regulated in the countries where it's sold.
And obviously that is very important, but the overall international market is hugely important to Tim Cook, right, Cory?
Surely, and the cash hoard that Apple has stashed is largely overseas or increasingly overseas. That's been an issue that has compelled Cook to meet with regulators in the States and meet with regulators overseas. Of course, the issues of the EU are very important, too. And this issue of privacy is something that Apple's starting to bang a drum on. They have a different take on privacy than competitors like Facebook and Google, companies that gather a lot of data on their users as the users use their services, and then they mine that data, they save that data, they search that data, and sell things to their users as a result. Apple takes the stance that we don't make money that way. We make money by selling devices. We don't want to know what you're doing with your data. So as they're building data centers around the world, this starts to be an important thing for them, a point of differentiation that they want to make very clear to regulators as regulators start to look at this issue of privacy as it becomes a bigger and bigger deal.